Hey guys, what's up? Agronome is here. I made this spear video or guide for you guys to show you the way how I'm using the spear and to show some tips, advice and tricks with it and how I recommend to play with it. The spear is my most played weapon since I'm playing this game and wish I was starting or playing earlier with this weapon. It made me to enjoy the game much more, made it more interesting and competitive. General about the spear as a weapon or class, it's a very easy class to play, easily recommended for new players, and in my opinion, it is an S rank class in the game. But if you disagree with me, let me know in the comment and why. The reason why I love to play spear, because the damage output and you really can do fun stuff with it, or easily outplay others. Very easy to play with the spear, but takes time to get familiar with it and to feel your character. Let's see some more details. Let's start with the armor. It's used the Carnifex set. This is the medium armor and it shares with the Nodachi and the Musket. They use the same armor set. So if you later on change your mind to want to play Nodachi or Musket, it's using the same armor. Let's see the skills. This is the skills what I'm using. First, the Lungsmarch. This is your defensive ability, but it's like aggressive defensive ability. You can use it in like the best defense is to attack. And it removes from concussions and daze. Basically removes the stuns. For example, Poleac stun. But don't mix it up with the ultimate. So it's removed the Poleac stun or the short sword knockdown and stuns like that. The next ability what I'm using, the Hurricane's Edge. This is your only unit killing ability. I recommend this so much if you want to kill unit as well. It do slashing damage. I recommend this if you want to kill units in siege battles or field battles. About the Hurricane's Edge. When you use this ability, while you are spinning and doing damage all around you, it pushes the enemies back. So makes distance between you and your enemies. And also is stacking up your armor 10 times. And it makes you more tankier, which is really good. The next ability is the Procrease Gift. This is kind of my favorite ability in the spear. You killing so many heroes with it, like a lot. It do a really good damage, reduce the enemy's block or parry, and it's one of your best finisher ability. I will show you some footage. As an ultimate, I recommend the Dragon's Roar. It doing piercing damage. You just press it, knocks your enemies back or away a bit, which is, for example, when a dual blade ulti your teammate, you can ult on the dual blade and interrupt his ultimate. Or same with the Nodachi ultimate or Glaive ultimate. It takes time to prepare or do the effects or the animation, and you can't interrupt it with your ultimate. This ultimate, you press it and immediately do the damage. That's why it's really good and cool. The other ability is the Overhead Strike. The only one good thing what I can say about this ability, personally I don't like it, but it's just 6-second cooldown and doing an okay damage, 4k, which is not that bad. And yeah, only the cooldown what I can mention as a good thing in it. The Return of Jangar. This ability can be good and useful in PvP fights, for example deathmatches. Personally, I'm still using the Hurricane's Edge instead of this. I feel like it's easy to parry this stun or dodge or miss. And Gungnir's Greetings. I never use this ability. I can't say it's good or bad. About the attribute points. I'm always saying to everyone who asking me how to spend their attribute points to adjust it after your weapon. What I mean by this. For example, I have this weapon. It's not bad, but not great either. I like the piercing penetration on it, and my favorite one is the slashing damage. The blunt penetration and damage is useless for a spear. For example, my weapon gives lots of extra slashing damage, so I need some slashing penetration to compensate it. And also it gives lots of piercing penetration, so I think that much of piercing penetration is way enough. It's a bit overkill too, but it's good to have. Easier to penetrate heavy armor with my ultimate or with the Procris Rift. I'm just calling it kicking spear. But later on I will show you from the jump down from your horse. It's also piercing damage, and it's a really good damage too. And your charge ability is also piercing damage. That's also very useful and great ability. So this is the way how I am using and spend my attribute points. It's kind of 2/3 of my points is on agility and 1/3 of my points on strength. Some people like to put points on the armor to make it more tanky. If you feel you are dying a lot or not really familiar with your character, go ahead, put 10 or 13 points on it, and that will increase your defensives and will help you to survive longer. But if you very new and you can't decide what weapon you have or how to assign your attribute points, I would just suggest or recommend to put all on the agility. You can't go wrong with it. Later on, if you have a good gear and you want to min-max your character, adjust it after your weapon. The next very important thing, the horse is your best war tool. I like this horse because it's very fast. The gallop speed, the normal speed, and the turning as well. But if you don't have this horse, or neither this is the perfect options for you. You can buy this from the horse seller. Don't spend lots of bronze on the saddleries, because they're not gonna last for long. And why I recommend this horse? It's slow. The turning is fast, galloping and countering speed is slow, but the hit points is extremely good on this horse. That's why I am recommending it, and I used it before I had these. I use this horse because the game speeding up and getting faster and faster, and it really matters who get the first points. That's the only reason why I'm using this horse. I try to boost his defensive stats by crafting some saddlery on it, but if you have this horse, this is also a perfect option for you. Normal from everything, very good amount of hit points, but if you want to get a better one, gathering the Lions tokens, and you can buy this Brunellus. I'm very interested in this horse because gallop speed, countering speed is fast, turning speed is slow, but it's okay. It's a good amount of hit points, good defensives, and it's an epic horse. So there you go. If you doing the donations and the clear and rebuild stuff. Okay, if we are at the horse section, let's talk about your horse abilities. You have the dismounting strike, which is jumping down from your horse, doing piercing damage. It's a good amount of damage, and it knocks your enemies down, which basically is a stun, and this is very important to your combo. The other ability is the full tilt charge. It's a 30 seconds cooldown ability. It's also doing piercing damage. It's not bad, not that good either, and this ability is speed up while you are running on the horse. It's really a charge, but it consumes stamina, keep that in mind. But I can tell you a trick. Consume all your stamina on your horse, then press this ability, and if you don't have stamina, it can't consume the stamina, but you still will charge with this ability. It's basically helps you to reach the points very quickly. As I promised, at the end of the video I will tell you a few tips which can help and improve to play better with the spear. The first, let's start with the combo. Your combo looks like you need your dismount strike while you are riding on your horse, land it on an enemy and it will knock them down, which is basically a stun. Then you need to use your ultimate, the Dragon's Roar. Then if he's still alive, it's the situation dependent, but you can use your Hurricane's Edge, or if he, for some reason, he's still alive and trying to escape, just use your Kicking Spear to finish him. The next advice, what I can tell you, it's about the Lung's March. As you saw, it removes the stuns, but it's also parry the incoming attacks like arrows, javelins. It's a bit hard to counter the javelins, but the arrows from archer units. Also the melee attacks. So when somebody hitting you with abilities and stuff like that, you're pressing the Lung's March and you will deflect or parry the attack, and you will do damage to your attacker or to your opponent, but your opponent not gonna do any damage to you because you parried it. But it's consume your parry or your block. So after the Lung's March, if you're trying to hold your right click to block more attacks, you often will find yourself that you are out of block and you will receive damage. Also, regarding to the Kicking Spear, if somebody using the blocking or parry and you kick him with a Kicking Spear, it will reduce all his blocks and stun him for a moment. That moment is enough to use your ultimate ability on him, but after a very short seconds he can roll away or tumble left or right and dodge your ability. One of the biggest advice what I can tell you at the end of the video, use your horse more often. Spear, horse and cavalry walking in hands, and even spear without a horse, it's like you have one leg. You really need your horse. Use it more often, and you have two type of attack from your horse, the left click and the right click. The left click is slashing damage. Usually I'm not using that. I prefer the right click. It's piercing damage and it's just better damage, and I find it to easily hit the target with it. So keep this all in mind. I hope I could help in this long video. I really wanted to be very detailed about the spear, so you get a better knowledge about it. And if you found this video helpful and you want me to make more content or guide about weapons or about the game, please subscribe, and as usual, have a great day.